Imagine, in a time where our government is so debt-ridden and under pressure to save money, being able to save an estimated $10 to $14 billion a year. Would you do this knowing not much around you would change? With the legalization, taxation, and regulation of marijuana, this could become a reality. Marijuana is currently our largest cash crop in the United States. This means that when harvested per pound, it generates the most income compared to any other cash crop, including corn, wheat, barley, or any other fruit or vegetable in the United States. The argument for legalization of marijuana has been going on for decades and for different reasons. Today I'm going to talk about the laws, economic, and personal freedoms part of it. Every year, we're spending billions on trying to stop the failing drug war. We're losing out even more money, failing to tax and regulate it, and violating personal freedoms by arresting those who use it. The first reason I believe marijuana should be legalized in the United States is every year we spend billions on failed prohibition. Last year, an estimated $7.7 billion was spent by our U.S. government on law enforcement to enforce our marijuana laws. With all this money funneling into the prohibition, little has changed. Marijuana is still the most available drug to us, and no sign of declining anytime soon. This is much like the prohibition of alcohol in the 1930s, which today we see as almost as a joke and something that didn't work. That is exactly what is happening today with marijuana. Also, like prohibition of the 1930s, we are giving rise to organized crime. Much like the rum runners and bootleggers of the 1930s, the drug cartels and gangs of today are controlling the trade. They are putting people's lives in danger while making billions from the revenue of this. We are endangering cops' lives by forcing them to fight these vicious drug cartels and gangs. Another area that marijuana is raising our taxes is the failed use of laws, clogging our courts and jails. Every year, thousands are jailed for simple marijuana possession or use. This clogs up our court system, creating a stress on our legal system. The second reason I believe that marijuana should be legalized in the United States is the billions we are losing by not taxing and regulating it. Like I said, marijuana is the largest cash crop and could bring in billions of income to our economy. I believe we should tax and regulate it much like alcohol is today, where it has to be sold in a specific licensed store and you need to be of a certain age in order to purchase it. And a working example of this is the medical marijuana clinics in California. These provide a safe place for both the user and the seller, as well as the community around it. One reason people would not want marijuana to be legalized, I believe, is that they would think it would be more available to our children, whereas in reality, this would be the opposite. Right now, drug dealers do not require an ID in order to purchase marijuana, whereas if legalized and regulated, you would need an ID and go to a specific store in order to buy it. Industrial hemp is also a big issue. Paper, clothes, and rope can all be made from marijuana fibers in the stalk. This is a cheaper alternative to what we are using now, but is illegal because of our current laws. The third reason I believe marijuana should be legalized in the United States comes down to our personal freedoms. I believe that in safety and responsibly, you should be able to use marijuana in the privacy of your own home, much like alcohol is. It comes down to our responsibility to use it wisely. It is non-addictive and does not cause violence, two things that alcohol do. Also, marijuana is illegal today because of the Marijuana Tax Act, passed in 1937. Little was understood of marijuana in 1937, with countless studies being performed between then and now, showing that the fears were much greater than reality. Racism played a key role in the reason marijuana was illegal as well. Back in the 1930s, marijuana was associated with Mexican migrant workers and black musicians and dock workers. They passed these laws from fear, showing it to try to keep these people out of the United States. Also, propaganda, like reefer madness, played an important role. This is seen as a joke now, as a ridiculous movie instilling fears in our population. Marijuana has been used by millions of people ever since its discovery, ranging from U.S. presidents such as Barack Obama and Bill Clinton to successful businessmen like Ted Turner and Sir Richard Branson. Athletes like Michael Phelps, as well as countless people in music and art, have used marijuana. I'm not saying it's okay to use marijuana because these people do, but simply citing examples of functional people benefiting society that use marijuana with little effect on them. After hearing my argument, I would not fully expect you to believe marijuana should be legal. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion, but I hope I raised some ideas on just the benefits versus ramifications of legalization. I believe that we will all vote on this subject very soon in our lives, and I hope with the information I've shared today that we'll receive your vote in favor of legalizing marijuana. I think it would do great things for our economy, help erase our debt, and give the personal freedoms I believe everyone is entitled to. Thank you.